Prince William and Harry started as young boys that were bonded by their unique position. However, over their years, their relationship has had some serious rifts that have led to them to become estranged. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor and today I'm counting down the top 10 Prince William and Harry signs we should have noticed. So what signs did you notice? And let us know in the comments below. Coming at number 10, we have William attacks Harry. Harry has alleged in his much anticipated new memoir that his brother, Prince William, lashed out and physically attacked him during a furious argument over the brothers' deteriorating relationship. On Thursday, The Guardian said that they had obtained an advance copy of the book Spare that is due to be published next week. In the book, Harry would go on to recount an argument in 2019 at Kensington Palace. During the altercation, Harry would claim that William called his wife, Meghan Markle, difficult, rude, and abrasive. Harry claims that William grabbed him by the collar and ripped his necklace before knocking him to the ground. Harry would also say, "I landed on a dog's bowl which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. I laid there for a moment dazed and then got to my feet and told him to get out." Harry would then explain how the incident caused him to have a few scrapes and bruises, and as a result of the tussle, William would later apologize. With the book scheduled to be released Tuesday, we were all expecting it to claim the past problems that Harry and Meghan had already aired out before, but it seems like this book is filled with some never before juicy facts that's going to send the palace into a frenzy to try to cover it all up. Number 9, early tensions. Long before Meghan even came into the scene, the brothers had a back and forth tension. With all the turmoil of their childhood, William took strength from the idea of his duty and what lied ahead for him as king, while Harry on the other hand got caught into the importance of love. So when he found Meghan, he went for it, and William told him to slow things down, he would explode, and it would cause William to go to his uncle, who was Diana's brother, and ask him to intervene and suggest that Harry should slow things down. Not long after, Harry would reject William's model, as he knew he wanted to love Meghan and he wanted to marry her, which would lead to the beginning of their so-called rift. While the interactions between Meghan and Harry and William and Kate have been extremely guarded, no one really noticed how formal the British family was behind closed doors, and it's clear that while there were early tensions before Meghan, it seems like when Harry started to date Meghan, it provoked the royal family and everyone in it, and they all just finally broke. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, we have William expresses his concerns. So in 2017, according to the book Finding Freedom, it would claim that William was expressing some concerns when it came to the speed of Harry's relationship with Meghan. This would come after some of Harry's closest friends spoke out warnings to him of the whirlwind romance. William would then be forced to also confront his brother about the relationship with Meghan, and he would say, "Don't feel like you need to rush this. Take as much time as you need to know this girl." While William was only trying to be a protective older brother, it would send Harry off the walls, and sources would claim that Harry was extremely angry with his brother and he couldn't believe he would ask such a thing. While some people feel like both brothers were just overreacting, it would totally go on to show what type of people they really are. With William being the calm and rational one, it's clear that Harry can't help but take things too far personally. Despite everyone's obsession over the Fab Four, aka William, Harry, Kate, and Meghan, there has always seemed to be trouble in paradise. After months of Harry and Meghan's royal wedding, a source would tell ET that there was tension in the family after concerns had been expressed about the suit star, with sources claiming that there was major tension since William first voiced his concern it would hurt Harry so badly that he was never able to completely mend his relationship with his brother. Number 7, William yells at Harry. In the latest episodes of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's documentary on Netflix, Harry would say that his older brother, Prince William, left him terrified after he started screaming and shouting at him during an emergency meeting to discuss Harry's future as a working member of the royal family. In the 3 final episodes, the couple would take aim at the royal family. In the penultimate episode, Harry discusses a 2020 crisis meeting that was scheduled at Sandringham Estate, where he claims that William would go on to scream at him in front of his grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II. Harry would describe the situation by saying, "It was terrifying to have my brother scream and shout at me, and to have my father say things that simply weren't true, and my grandmother just sit there and sort of take it all in." The meeting, which involved Harry, William, King Charles, and the late Queen, was a high-stakes discussion to determine how the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would continue to operate within the royal family. Harry says he and his wife had proposed to be half in and half out of the royal family, working working to support the Queen, but also having their own jobs and supporting themselves financially, and William definitely felt like Harry and Meghan were stepping out of line, so he yelled at his brother to put him back in his place. Number 6. Staring at feet. It's clear that now when the brothers are near each other, they no longer are in the mood to talk to each other, and it seems like William is so done with trying to mend his relationship with his brother. On numerous occasions, the brothers can be spotted staring at their feet just so they can avoid making eye contact and having an awkward conversation. When you're not in the mood to talk to your older brother, that's a really big sign that something deep is going on. While William was once spotted staring at his feet to avoid having conversations with Harry, he seemed like he was off in his own world. While both brothers let the Duchess of Cambridge also take center of the stage, the whole world would watch but miss out on the brothers' tensions because she was good at commanding all of the attention. While it's definitely been a huge moment of silence for the brothers, I would really hate to see these two never repair their relationship. With both going through so much together, like the tragic loss of their mother and their life in the spotlight, they both have so much to look forward to together, so hopefully they can mend things eventually, because a life without your siblings just seems lightless. Number 5. Body language. You don't need to be a body language expert to read the room. And no, anytime that Prince Harry and William are in the room together, there is something extremely off. When the brothers were once spotted sitting next to each other, they couldn't have been anything but more distant. While there is a chance that both were actually just focusing on the game that was happening, they honestly didn't look like they were having fun together. With the brothers sitting right next to each other, you could legit see how uncomfortable they were doing it. With Harry crossing his arms, you could tell that he just didn't want to be in the same room as his brother, and being seated right next to him just was not the highlight of his day. Another time you could see the tension spewing between Harry is when the brothers were spotted wearing navy matching suits. While it seems like William was looking at his feet, Harry did not look so pleased, and it left us all wondering what was wrong with Harry. Did William say something to get on his nerves, or was he actually just over the whole royal duties things? Or was it just both? At this point in their relationship, it's starting to look like any event that Harry and William have to go together has become more like a chore, rather than the two brothers just catching up and bonding. And it left us all to wonder again, since when did it become such a bad thing to spend time with your brother? Number 4. The middleman. Do you ever wonder that when the brothers are spotted together, why there is someone always standing in the middle of them? Even their grandfather, Prince Philip, was once spotted being the middleman at one point, which made us question if he was even over all the William and Harry beef. And if he wasn't, why was he put directly in the middle of them? It just seems like today they jump at the chance to put someone in between them so they don't have to stand next to each other. Normally you would see these guys sharing a really sweet moment with their grandfather, but at this point it looks like they're depressed doing that. While the brothers have gone on to do a pretty good job at masking all the tension overall and even unveiling their mother Princess Diana's statue in July of 2021, in the small moments you could still see it. It seems like Harry and William would rather be doing anything but talking to each other with their hands on their hips. It shows that they're really just closed off. Even Kate has found herself being the middleman, and while she has overlooked the drama for years, she's been putting up with it for years as well, and it can't be easy for her. But at the same time, if there's anyone that could put these two back into shape, it's gonna have to be her at this point. Number 3. Spending the holidays apart. While it's a tradition for the royal families to spend Christmas at Sandringham, with the tension so high, Meghan and Harry decided they wouldn't be in attendance since 2019. Instead, the couple has opted to spend the holidays with Meghan's mother. The decision to break the royal family Christmas tradition would come after it was much speculated that Meghan and Harry were planning to move to the US, and it was filled with rumors that the couple wasn't getting along with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. In Harry and Meghan, an African Journey documentary, Prince Harry at the time would address his relationship with his big brother. Harry would explain that inevitably stuff happens and they were brothers and they would always be brothers. Harry would say, "We're certainly on different paths at the moment. I'll always be there for him, as I know he'll always be there for me. We don't see each other as much as we used to because we're so busy, but I love him dearly." With the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepping away from their duties they shared with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, it shows that the couple was having pressures living in the spotlight as members of the royal family, and it's clear that the tensions between William and Harry may have led to this decision. Number 2, the press. Prince Harry has claimed that his brother, Prince William, has planted negative stories about him and his wife Meghan. This would come when both were working members of the family. Harry would describe the alleged workings of the royal family, different press teams in the 4th episode of the Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan, which dropped last month. Harry would say, "I have 30 years experience looking behind the curtain and seeing how the system works and how it runs. I mean, just constantly briefing about other members of the family, about favors, inviting the press in. It's a dirty game. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting stories. So if the communication team wants to be able to remove a negative story about their principal, they'll trade and give you something about someone else's principal. The offices end up working against each other." Harry would also add that everything is done this way to allow the employees to keep their hands clean, as they would always say, "I didn't know about this, don't be ridiculous." The Duke would also reveal that watching his parents, Princess Diana and Prince Charles, use the press to damage each other had an everlasting impact on him and his brother. And coming in number 1 today, we have the glares. So have you ever noticed all of these glares and evil eyes Harry has been given when he's even in proximity of William? Because it shows some major hate. While Harry could be annoyed by something, it doesn't quite look like in his photos that his brother and him have spent most of their lives as close friends, as there seems to be a trend of Harry always trailing a bit behind his older brother. Now it could just be protocol because William is going to be king, but it appears to have made Harry a little salty. With the tensions growing high between the two brothers, they kind of both look awkward when they're in the same room together, and you almost never see them smile like they used to when they're photographed together. It seems like now everyone wants to push Harry to the back, and you can just see his glaring eyes poking out in the background. On most occasions, Harry is shoved to the back, and while he should be happy on celebratory days like trooping the color for the Queen's birthday, they shove Harry to the back and he didn't look so happy about it, and while Harry's left looking bothered, William is less than concerned about it. And while these two men are still in the same room, they're still miles apart. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.